actually humanities, but I've definitely, I told him it's a really great opportunity to see a different country, man, and see that, what you think is basic necessity or basic minimum, man, you gotta be able to experience it different ways too. So, and to do it with the in the safety of the church environment, it's always cool, man. But I think he's gonna wait to do it next year. But at the end of the day, I'm still there's a lot going on this summer, just preparing for it, man. So I'm just prepping for the summer, man. You gotta this is just your big thing coming up, and then after that, man, any travel or any cruises, anything like that going on? Nice, nice, man. That's awesome. Right. Yeah, that we just came back, man. It was it was like around Easter. Yeah, yeah, it was beautiful, man. It was nice, little 7 day. It was nice, man. It was seven. This is the first time I ever did a 7 day one. It was a couple days at sea. I thought I would maybe try gambling or something like that, but it's just everything ain't for everybody, man. It just ain't. It doesn't appeal to me like I thought it would. I was like, man, 2 days at sea. I'm gonna go in there and just see what's cracking on a machine or something. Try my hand at some poker or something. But I was just like, I found other things to do. The comedy show, being in the hot tub, meeting random people from England and different places, and just yeah, it was just so much to do that didn't involve that. And then Martha, I think, had a migraine one of those days, so we just camped out in the room, and like 7 days goes by quick, man. It goes by pretty quick. And like I said, I felt real good about it. We had the excursions in Puerto Rico, an excursion in Dominican Republic, and went to the beach in Saint Martin. Is it Saint Martin? Saint Martin? Saint Martin, and then we went to Saint John, which they said was one of the nicest beaches in the world. We went to Miami, all the way down to Miami. We took the Amtrak down. Yeah, and so the kids got to experience that. So they was in love with the trip just from the train. They was like, this trip's gonna be yes, yes, yes. Everybody went. Yeah. So yeah, they had a great time, man. And yep, they got to experience something new. Yeah. Well, actually, my sister wound up being able to come, but yeah. So my sister and all her family did great. Everybody had a great experience, man, and they talked wonderfully about it. Want to do it again, type of. So I was just, concerned because they had never been on something like that, but they all did great, man. Everybody, enjoyed the little free pizzas all day and stuff. Because once you get on the cruise, everything is pretty much good. I only had a couple bad little experiences. Not say bad experiences, but like where I expected to be treated like that, hey, I got, you know, and they just kind of she played me to the left a couple times, and I was like, I don't know, if in her culture this is flirting, but in my culture this is rude. Make my drink, you being nice to them, be nice to me, type thing. But it was one of those where I had to be like, man, like I don't know what kind of energy you're giving off, but it's not appealing to me. And she happened to be the closest one to my room, because to certain levels you are on. I'm just like, listen, I'm not coming here because nothing else. I got to go back to, and I was still in school, so I had to go back to class, and the internet was just good enough where I would, be able to hear everything. But when I tried to speak, it was choppy. But yeah, but I still was able to communicate and go to school and everything. I told you, man, that hustle was just doing real good, man. Like I'm gonna have a certificate in government contracting, some master's degree thing. Yeah, so it'll be a double master's with that in the cybersecurity leadership, which I officially just got from the University of Washington. I thought I got it in 2018, but I never had a conferral date. It's just some paperwork, but man, bottom line is I ain't had that degree I thought I had, bro. Like it was a rude awakening. Yeah, so they would actually, I won't say helping me out, but they were like, hey man, we did some because all my stuff is clearances and background and everything. They were like, hey, we're looking, we see that you went to the University of Washington, but we don't have a conferral date for you. I'm like, what does that mean? I had to go back and get some paperwork signed, everything, bro. But they was really like apologetic and everything. They worked with me, but I was still like, "What you mean? What I thought I been had this." But then remember I PCS during COVID and all that, so there was a lot going on. So the paperwork part just never got not done. But so yeah, I officially got that 2024, and then I'll have this one like 2026 or seven. I'm trying to stretch it out. Get this BAH baby, baby. You're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How would you know? Right. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Or had access. Right. They didn't know what you had access to. They don't know what you have access to. So 100%, man. And yeah. So the cruise was great though, man. And just learning how to make this stuff work for you, bro. Because ultimately, you want the paperwork. You want the thing to help you in your career. But why not get paid for it? You know what I'm saying? While you're doing it, if that's available to, you know, veteran status, do it, do it, do it, do it. But I'm also this is where you and I differ. I believe being in America is tough, man, and it's not the worst place, but it's not the best place either, right? So there's been some debts that we have paid to other countries for a lot less than what we've done to our own citizens. You know what I'm saying? Not even talking about anything that happened in 2019. I'm talking about stuff way before. So if you had a part to play on it, on either side of it, the government should be paying to each other as citizens the same way they philanthropically give to other nations to do gender studies and help them with tampons and help them with political, asylum, all that stuff. That's great. Invest in that country, but also invest in America. So I believe a lot more people should get payments from the government, help from the government, a lot more people, because we give it to other nations very freely and very liberally, which as we should. If we have it, that's fine. But why not take care of your children and your children's children? I just don't get it. I don't get why there's such a stinginess to each other in our future and such a willingness to take away from our future and make our kids work longer. But that's just such a backwards. Yeah, they've been doing that for centuries. Mm, mm, right. Yeah. They say marketing and public relations, bro. How you sell it? Because if you ask who the welfare queen was, if you ask Google, right, or ask the United Labor Statistics, like if you ask the numbers will tell you. But what the Google image is going to be biased and slanted and mostly incorrect. Right. But that right, and so even the unconscious bias. So that's why I think it's kind of a cop out if you're really being honest, because we know we have a bias before we start having a conversation. Once you understand what the concept of a bias is, you're like, of course I do. I speak English. Like that's a bias off the right. You know what I mean? Like to say you don't have a bias is like you're not being intellectually honest, right? So we can't really communicate. But once you say, yeah, okay, there's a bias. The programmers all came from a certain background. Even if you just talk about who their teachers were and what I'm saying, what their language was like, not even like what their home was like, or if their family was, hateful, whatever. That stuff is secondary. I'm talking about like just who you are, where you were raised. All that's going to impact like how you make this code, how you make this image, how you make these words relate to, what bi Felicia means. Like where you get that from? Who told you? You know what I'm saying? Did you see the movie or is this secondhand information? But there you go. Look, and I stand on this, right? And I thank God for like who God put in my life and how he made me, right? Because I've been unapologetic about some stuff and people have known when they could challenge something and when they should probably just not. Because nobody has said anything when I said that's not what woke means. This is the definition of it. And this is why it's important and necessary. Because they know the truth is the truth. Like that's you can't just Like, tell me what you can't just tell me what being on the bottom of the totem pole means. Like, you just learned from me what the fucking totem pole was. What are you talking about? Go explain to me the roles of my own game. Like, I know what I'm talking. I know what woke means. Right. Well, I stopped. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you. Like, even the thing you sent me on the true definition of what Africa, the name of it is, and what it really means. Like, who get to, who? How did you get to label and name what Africa was? Who told you you could do that? Who told you you could do that? We're gonna tell you what y'all are. Right. Mm. Intention. Yeah. 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 That's still around to this day. Yeah. 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 Exactly. Exactly. Right, bro. But your mindset is so like what you're raised in and what's the normal. Like, what's your normal? Right, driving on the right side of the road is because that's the normal. But yeah, when you think about the actual what real population is, and it's definitely different than what's projected. And so, but here's the ultimate question that we know the answer to, but it's like difficult to fathom, right? So like even the Bible, right, where it says, "Do you commit the sins of the father to the sins of the son?" And not even sins to the point of like they messed up, but like whatever their inheritance was, do you transfer that over? Now, there's very distinct things about inheritance and what you've earned and what you haven't earned, right? What's kind of tricky about this, and not really tricky, but like what's honest about it is, okay, so you want me to say your grandparents were stronger than my grandparents. You came into our neighborhood, renamed us, and did all this and did that. Well, what if your grandchildren don't want to fight no more? And what if we're ready? You know what I'm saying? What about and their grandchildren? So did you write this contract forever because you still have relics in Africa that are in, you know, not African territory that you stole, that you admit you stole. So what if they just want to come take it back? Is it like that was in that movie of Black Panther that everybody just kind of overshadowed? But it's like genuinely, seriously, like you admit you stole this, you admit you stole this, right? Right from whom? Right. Yeah. What is the verbiage? Like explain it. Like how about that? Let's just start there. You admit you stole something and you believe in reciprocity and paying people for past war crimes. You believe in all that, but it's why is the conversation get real quiet around this area? You know what I mean? Like I don't. I'm trying to understand what's the counter argument to making a wrong right. And yeah, and that's the question. Do you see there's something that's wrong? Like, am I a human? Do I not bleed? Do we have how far do we have to go with this conversation? When you prick me, do I not bleed? Did you just steal from like? And then they think, look, you stole from apes. You stole from like, orangutan. No, you stole from humans. That's where we got to start the conversation because if you just took, a bird's nest from it and it accidentally died, you're looking at it, oh, we killed a couple birds. No, you stole a whole nation and culture. Like, I don't even know how to explain that. But yeah, you stole a lot more than just a couple, you know, hatchlings. I don't know how to, I don't know how to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they have a lot more fragility toward that stuff. Like, how don't introduce that python, species to the, you introduce yourself and never and then when we try to kick you out, you get refugee status in America, South African. For getting our own stuff back. Like, what are we talking about? And it's like they make a story out of 40, but they have like, hundreds of people in the back of these like buses that they are, shipping from one area to the other. And they don't even talk about them, but it's like you get 40 of these. pale faced individuals that got a free ticket over here. Which y'all, I thought y'all don't give away free ticket. What's the? There's so much mixed messaging going on. Like, do we or do we not help people? Because I'm all for helping people, but why y'all only want to help people sometimes? Hmm? 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 Why? Please, please come to the front of the class and explain it. That it just happened to be that way sometime, and it's just in my head. Because I really like to know. Yeah, and I'm trying to like really see it from your all sides here. Like I was taught to see it from all sides, which is weird because they don't really have to do that. You know what I'm saying? They just like you know, I see it from this side. Well, why don't I have to consider your side? You don't consider mine at all. If I don't speak that English, I can't work with you. But you want them people to speak all that and Japanese and French and Italian. You know what I'm saying? They got to speak everything. Now they're talking about having literacy tests, which I'm like, common sense says I want some people to be able to read and write to be able to vote. But there's some older folks that they know they don't like that dude, but they can't write cursive no more. You know what I'm saying or whatever. So who are you trying to exclude with these? You know the historical answer, but they're appealing to the common sense narrative. Of course, somebody should be able to have basic, you know, uh, functions to be able to vote. Okay, but who's determined what basic functions are? Because when y'all try to do this before, this is the historical context. Oh, we don't want to talk about that. Why not? What doctrine are you quoting? You know what doctrine are you quoting that you want to get these narrative literacy tests? Who's the original author of it? Oh, you don't want to talk about that. Perhaps why? I can tell you why. Does not help your case of inclusivity. Oh, right, right. None, none. Why would they? Why would they? Again, yeah. Why would I change it? Why would I change it from spades to hearts and I got all both handful of hearts? No. We play as spades. I will not. I will not. Nope. I will not. I will not. And it's just some things are just ironic. His name is Trump, man. That's his name, Trump card, man. What does that mean? It's supposed to be the bully. Like, how does that even work? Was that before they named him that, or was that you know what I'm saying? Like, where did that come from? Because we know what that means without him in context of just that game. We know what that means. And he's trying to live like that for real. It's like, bro, it's not a game. You out here playing with real people's lives, bro. Man. And then you see the gentleman, he spoke for what, a day and a half or something? He just spoke all day. The filibuster to be like, yo, these are the people that, Jeffries, uh, uh-huh. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I just know that they've been like literally on the ground working with people, giving them their testimony about Medicaid and what it means because they're I feel like there's these vacuums of places where they just feel like they know what it means and they can't possibly understand what it means and need prescription medication that they can't afford at the same time. And want to be here. Hold on, A plus B equals C, right? You want to stick around here. This thing is preventing you from certain doom, and you don't like it because they told you not to like it. Like, make that make sense, please, sir. Sir, you need it's not like you were like the healthiest, most fit. If they was all these like fast and skinny people that don't need help from the doctor, I'd be like, I could see how you could be indifferent, but you are directly in the line of fire here. Like if you don't get out of your own way and allow the government to help you, and this is another thing I'm saying, like the government should help in ways of monetary. Like let's just have a just basic discussion that we just have to start from scratch. What does it mean to be a civilized nation? Like, can we define that, please? Because if it doesn't involve healthcare and food as basic necessities, water, healthcare, and food, if those three things aren't a check off for everybody that fought and died and will fight and die for this nation, then what are we doing? Like, what are we actually doing if we're not giving water, food, and health care as promise of citizenship? What the hell are they swimming all the way from different countries over here for, if not those basic necessities? And we're arguing about this and trying to take more away from instead of give more to? Are we crazy? We need more, not less. And basic necessities have to be rewired, and we have to want it for people that don't look like us. Okay. Yes, all of us have to say, I'm okay with that person gets it too. And then we can just start the conversation there. Because right now we're starting the conversation way wrong. Like this conversation, what else should you get? Yeah, what should we basically start off with? You weirdos, get out of my way. I need the best health care possible, and I don't want to be gambling with my freaking life, like trying to figure it out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like that, if we start there and then build, then I feel like we could all tell them what we want and be concise, and then they'd be like, okay, this is what we came back with. Okay, that's sufficient. Thank you. You gave me something. Until we start having those conversations and like demanding some basic shit, then everything else for all. I don't know what conversation we can have, man, because we have to really want it for everybody, bro. And guess what? Here's the tricky part. We want it for everybody and hope you're not the stupid motherfucker that needs it, you dumb, stupid motherfucking dumbass. If you don't need it, fight for somebody else. That could be your fight. You might not actually, I don't need that. Good. Somebody else fucking does, and they don't have the strength to fight for it. So fight for that person. You feel what I'm saying? Mm. Okay. Wow. Mm. What? Mm. Yes, after they got theirs, they cashed their check, and now they want everybody else to stop. So not only do I want it, but I want to disadvantage everybody behind me. Oh, right, 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 right. No, absolutely. Right. Yeah. 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 What were you guys when we were building then? If we were lazy, what were you guys? Because you guys are less than lazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No. No. That was just using the nickname. Oh. Oh. Wow. Mm. Really? Mm, that's interesting. Wow. Yeah, I went on a little rant on Reddit, man, just because people go in there and they share their stories about battling with the VA to get their 100%. Some of them are sob stories, some of them are some a little bullshit, whatever. But this guy was in there was like, have any of you guys ever seen combat? I feel like some of you guys are just leeching off the system and you don't really need it, and you're taking away from a pot of people that already need it or blah blah blah. And I was just like, man, this is where I'm gonna have to, because I usually just lurk. I don't be saying shit, bro. But I was just like, man, you're such a jackass, bro. Yes, I deployed, but I don't think I deserve any more than the dude that literally broke his back going down the steps in basic training. Do you think he's gonna get a VA claim because he didn't make it to downrange? I've been there, and it ain't all that fucking cracked up to be. So shut up. Yeah, like what? Yeah. Right. Take all the baggage and the separation from family and the anxiety and the PTSD and all the time I lost with people that ain't even here no fucking more. Yeah, you got to take all that, and then understand, you decompress it. Because somebody asked me, why is this like this, and why did you not, yeah, why didn't you leave it? Um why didn't you stay longer? And I was just like, do you ask people when they get out of prison, like, why ain't they stay longer? You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time in my life where I served and I was honored to do it. But the moment I got an opportunity to get out and provide for my family a different way, I took it. And I think everybody should do that, like, and if it's 20 years or 30 years, and if it's just four, if it's just two, you got to know when your time is to serve and when your time is to do something else. And I promise you, I stayed longer than I should have, but I did what I had to do for my family, and I'm grateful for what it's given me. But when you are asked as, hey man, 2 weeks, you're just going over here, and it's a country you ain't never been to, and more power to you. I see you when you get back, and it's like, bro, that's yeah, 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 right, yeah. Mm. Wow. Mm. 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 What? Yeah, yeah. Mm. 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 Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, man. So, so, so the people like actually get hurt? You said flipped over in a bit. Eh, dang, bro. Hey man, I do. When I tell you, I my first base wound up being the one where all the crazy stuff happened. I thought it was normal because I just got there, but McConnell, Kansas, man, Wichita, I was like, is this normal? Like, nah, this is not normal. Like, man, how y'all finding the drug scene in Wichita, Kansas? I didn't think there was such a thing. I'm glad they ain't put y'all in DC. Y'all be in real trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all get in trouble in Wichita. You looking for it, ain't you? Like, I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could accidentally find yourself in a situation in a big city. You could literally believe it, man. Like, yeah, man, I wasn't even trying to talk that day. Like, he just bumped into me. We started fighting, bro. I don't even know what happened. He thought must thought I was somebody else. Like that could really happen to you in Philly or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Dude, man, it's brutal. So we was leaving. This lady had a anniversary party, so we went to Philly, and the dudes had the valet, and I'm tipping them the little $10, $20, whatever, to get the car. And the people behind, don't beeping the horn. Hurry up! What are we doing here? I'm like, is this like a sitcom, bro? We on Seinfeld? I was like, peace and blessings, my friend. Peace and blessings. I got in the car. I was like, let's get the fuck out of here, man. Like these dudes are serious, man. Like they really care about that 90 seconds, man. Like I want my time back. I'm redeeming my time. They serious about their 90 seconds, man. Like if we got to scrap about it, then fuck it. I'm like, but that's taking more time. Like, like I'm trying to get. I'd rather just get the fuck out of here, but I like my dignity too. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here, my guy? How we gonna handle this? Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's, it's amazing how many people don't understand basic concepts, though, man. When you understand, like, hey, everybody likes a certain level of respect, like, matter where I've been, like a smile gets you some places. A scowl gets you a certain level of, I might tiptoe, but a smile gets you some places. Right. Across all cultures and religions and, how you look at me, how you look at who my company, who I'm with, my wife, my daughter, my son, me, like, like respect. It's a beautiful thing. And when people don't get it, you like, nobody ever taught you? Like, how you make it this long without knowing? How did we get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. Oh, nobody's supposed to be in this situation. Yeah, man. But I've been having a good time, man. Yeah, man. No, we won with three. Look, if we'd have won that first game like we were supposed to before that monumental collapse, we'd be up 3-2. So they just got to really nut up now. Like, I mean, because honestly, you got to look at it both ways. People are like, you can't go, 4 wins in a row. It's like, bro, if we would have swept them, you wouldn't have thought about it that way. If they would have swept us, you wouldn't have thought about it that way. So the fact is, we just got to have a couple things go our way that didn't go our way the first couple times. And, honestly, like if without Toppin making that last game, that he really set he found himself open the top of the key and hit the big shot Bob. That's gonna be an underrated shot. But we was within 3 or 4 points, with 90 seconds left with missed the clutch. So if y'all miss shots at the end, none of that shit matters. And yes, in the Garden they was missing all kind of shit. I was like, thank God, bro, they're normal. Because man, some of these teams just get on a run and these motherfuckers shoot 70% from three. Like, what the fuck are we doing? How am I gonna defend that, coach? That's what Boston did to us the openest game of the season. They shot like 70% from three. So when somebody does that to us, it's a combination of bad perimeter defense and y'all just made your shots when we didn't, you know? And when that shit happens, what do you do? Oh yeah, man. But if they hit shots like that, bro, ain't shit we can do, bro. Ain't shit we can do. They were just normal. They was normal team. So we yeah, man. They be clowning my homie, man. I like him. I like his game, bro. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do. Hey, but he stood up and said it yesterday, man. He was like, he said, "What are you gonna do about these dumb turnovers?" He said, "You know what? I gotta get better at that." He said, "But honestly, I'm just grateful Precious Achua and them boys come in and they ready to play, but it hurts the team, and I gotta cut it out." Like you're right. I was just like, "Damn." You know how hard that is to say to Shaq, you know what I'm saying? And be like, you know what? It hurts the team, bro. I gotta cut that shit out. He said, I really gotta get better. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yep. You're too soft. You're doing too much shooting and all this. He said, but Shaq, you wish you could shoot like me. Stop it. Stop it, Shaq. Hmm. Right. Mm. Yeah. Discipline. Yeah. Yeah, even like if he'd have had the mentality, if he'd have matured faster, because I believe he did mature and a great businessman. For I'll say that a businessman and seeing he got his head around his shoulders about his family type stuff. So I would say if he would have been able to do that earlier, I 100% agree with you. We be talking about his fundamentals, like we talk about Tim Duncan's and his dominance could have been like Karl Malone, and he could have actually been able to shoot better than at the from the free throw line, but he didn't have the work ethic that Kobe Bryant had, which made the difference between the two. One that has spectacular, skill and work ethic and care and love for the game, and one that was more some bullshit. He was on some bullshit when he was younger. Hmm. Right. But what about his desire for the game, though? Desire to win. That's what I'm talking about. Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard. I do remember that. What was that? And what was that like? Some criticism he took from was it from the team or from like the media? Mm. Let you be the hero and hurt the whole team. No, no. Let's like, but no. To prove a point, I'm gonna let you be the hero. You be the one, and you can be the reason why they said Kobe didn't play or whatever. Yeah, it's a that's a bullshit move. I hear you. That's a bullshit move. Hmm. So who is the guy that had the desire and work ethic that was like no other? That if Shaq would have had that early in his career, even with Orlando, if he would have had like X's determination, like Ben Wallace on defense. I just saw a clip of him and I was like, you know what? He was really phenomenal with his effort and tenacity. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Right. No, seriously. Seriously. If he had I'm talking about overall discipline and determination. Yeah, man. With his physical prowess, he could have been really one of the greats, man. Like goat status. Hmm.
Enemy dropping into the
Mm.
AO. Use this time for some target practice. The real thing's coming soon.
Hmm. Hmm. Mm. Yeah. Ego. Yeah, ego, bro. Ego. Yeah, I hate that the creepy uncle image he gives that he's completely content with, man. Like he I I feel like there should just be some decorum with that level of stuff. And I guess I'm from an old generation of, I didn't know what Frankie Beverly was doing for real. You know what I'm saying? They could sing their songs and whatever, but their actual who they went home with and what they was doing, like I think some things are better left unsaid, undocumented, and he's just very forward with that stuff. And I feel like it doesn't sit well, especially in our community. You know what I'm saying? Our young ladies need to know that they're valued. You know what I'm saying? And that just because somebody got money or influence or whatever, they shouldn't
Time to
be
redeploy forward.
able to just do that.
Kill
You shouldn't be that
confirmed.
damn comfortable. You
Good
know?
kill.
What's wrong with you? But I don't know. Like I wish he would just do better with stuff like that. But like I'm super proud that he's not one of them broke people that get out with all the millions and don't have nothing to show for it. Like no ownership, anything. I don't even know how you do that. No ownership. Oh, really?
Enemy UAV overhead.
Mm, mm. That's why I say faithful fathers matter, bro. I don't be playing. I'm so serious about that. I'm so serious about that, bro.
Stand
Cause
by for
like,
redeployment.
being a father, and people don't get it, bro. Like the mother and the child have this little bond, umbilical cord shit and all that. But the father,
Squad mates
bro,
redeploying.
it's an effort, desire, want, and I see my dad didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, nah, I'm gonna go out here and keep on doing me.
In the
And
area.
I was like, dang, I see how you could choose you over choosing me. I get it. And I appreciate it for the little bit of time you put in. I don't even remember it, but I'm sure it was there. Appreciate the diaper you changed, homie. I look at it way different. I look at it way different than I used to. And for my kids to never understand that, I'm so grateful. You ain't got to worry about that. Dad got you. Yeah. Uh-oh. Think of the things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nice.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, the wedding was recently. It was like, yeah, that's awesome. I remember those was some great pictures, man. Y'all definitely photogenic family. That's all right.
Squad mates back on station. Good work.
Oh, okay.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your map.
Yeah.
Get
He
hunting.
was like, man, why can't we just get right one time for the one
All
time?
squad mates are in the safe zone.
Right.
You've
Just
got
make it
gas
happen.
moving in. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV is online.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it just confuses you. Yeah. Yep. Nah, just control what you can control, man. That's the only thing I give to you. Yep. Gotta be reminded. Yeah, no, for real. I listen. I need to be reminded, bro, because I be wanting to control stuff, and I be like, you know what? This is just a lot. This is gonna be. It's gonna be what it's gonna be today, And I'm gonna still seize the day. Carpe diem. I'm gonna seize the
Hostile
day.
UAV in the area.
Seize the day. Oh, I thought that was ours, bro. That's crazy. I thought the airstrike that was coming, it was our airstrike, and it was an enemy airstrike that was hating on our loadout. Yeah, that's what I would do too if I saw a loadout. I'd drop that thing right on them, like bam.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy
Yeah,
UAV is
bro. Air
online.
support, man. I love when it says air superiority. I get that my little Air Force mind goes, you goddamn right. Let's get it. I want to get you in here to run one too, man. Once you done with them zombies. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, man. Get beyond. Oh man, like, hey, working for real. Yeah, yeah. Hold, hold on, no, hold on, no.